Here is one thing I noticed as a kind of a defect or rather lack of quality. It's the background bleed or the light bleed coming from the screen. Let me turn off this light so that you can see it much easier. But on the left hand side corner, there's background bleed, like this area. It's hard to show it with this phone's out of focus, but this is a black background, and yeah, there's background bleed there. There's background bleed a little bit here, as you can see. Is this a deal breaker? Well, I don't know. This is, of course, not a nice thing to have, but if I just open up something like this, of course, things look okay, right? If I go to, I don't know, CNN.com, for example, if it opens up, I'm downloading stuff, by the way, the internet is therefore slow. I mean, on a white background, I don't notice anything. If I just like Google pictures, nature, beauty, pics, whatever, and just look at some pictures here at high resolution, like full high definition. Let's see. Let's look at this picture. Is that a real picture? I mean, it's still loading. Yeah, I mean, the picture quality is okay. This is the IPS version, so the viewing angles are good. These are actually better than the viewing angles of the TN panel, I would say. The 400 nits TN panel had less viewing angle, for example, if I were to do this, if you compare it to my previous video. Whereas the viewing angle of this screen is, I would say, better than the TN. But of course, background bleed is there. I wish it weren't there. It's still not a deal breaker. I'm never lucky with things, so I knew that things wouldn't be perfect. So far, this is the one problem that I can see that, however, still not enough for me to return it. I believe I will decide about that. But that's the background bleed of this Alienware 17R4. So I touched the lid a bit and noticed that the light bleed is quite bad because it has a dynamic light bleed. Let me show you what I mean by that. I just invented a new term. So I said there's light bleeding here, right? Well, guess what? If I even just press the bit, the light bleed gets like terrible. And if I can actually twist the screen, you see, it literally gets like brighter. You see this? This is not some sort of a camera gimmick or some sort of reflection. It's the screen that's changing color when I try to move it in. If I do it from the corner, you see? The entire screen lights up basically right now. And if I do this from this here, it lights up like this too. What the hell? That's quite bad. I mean, look at this. Look at that. It's like a new functionality of Alien FX, right? Since there are lights everywhere. Look, the screen has lights too, right? I'm just pressing it from this corner. That's bad. I was looking at the static light bleed and saying, hey, it's not good. But now, when I look at this, Oh my god. You seriously selling me this? Um, I don't think this is good. I mean, just looking at it, there's light bleed, right? But if I let's go to some nature beauty again. I don't know if I can keep it like this because yes, right now I don't see it. Let me go to images and let me now twist it a bit more. It's not apparent if I do this on a white background. I don't notice anything. No, because this is white, right? But I mean, come on. Everything not so white, I will be able to notice it. And that's quite a lot of light bleed, I would say. Like literally changes the color. Let's let this thing load, hopefully. Load, please. It's not noticeable much or even at all on a not black background. When I do this, well, I do notice discoloration, but I don't immediately understand it is the light bleed, but it's actually light bleed again. So it gets like brighter, and it's not again a different angle or something. It's the light that gets into the screen that's actually causing this. Here, you see this? See this? I don't know if this happens with other laptops. I have another laptop. I have an old laptop. I can compare this to my old laptop in a moment, which has a TN panel even. I don't think it has IPS. It's several years old. But come on. Why is it so bad? This is my old laptop. It's a 14-inch Lenovo Y410P. Let's turn on off the lights. And that has light bleed too. This computer was purchased in 2013. And unfortunately, it's a reflective screen, so it reflects everything. Let me turn off this other screen. No, it still reflects things, and it doesn't really go. This doesn't really have much of a light bleed, honestly. I'm just looking at a black screen that I made full screen. And if I twist it, there's a little bit of light bleed happening. I'm not sure if you can see it. I mean, discoloration is happening a little bit, but it's not as actually dramatic as the Alienware. So yeah, because it is reflective, unfortunately you can't notice it much. And the discoloration, and this is a TN panel, so the discoloration already happens because of the angle. The weaving angles are actually quite bad. And the lid is actually quite thin too. But despite that, whenever I bend it, you cannot understand it, unfortunately, from this video. There is not much of a change in color at all. Like, I am bending it a lot right now, back and forth, and there is like almost no difference. And this is coming from a Lenovo, actually kind of a low quality laptop that I have, because I have a defective GPU. I couldn't properly game with this. But yeah, this one doesn't have that. And this is a desktop. This has light bleed. Okay? This has light bleed, I can tell you that. But of course I'm not actually carrying it around. I'm not even twisting it much. And because of that, actually, yeah, I mean, there's light bleed here too. If the screen is dark, yeah, you can already see it here, right? But if I twist it, does the light bleed get worse? No, no, something is happening at this corner, but it's not. And this is a very crappy monitor. This is some Vista thing that I got actually as a promotion for free when I purchased this a year ago. So it's a year-old monitor, but I don't see any such light bleed happening other than some marks are happening here. But and this is a low quality monitor. Yeah, I don't. Of course, this is not a computer lid, but still. So, yeah, that Alienware light bleed is real, and unfortunately, it's a very bad one because it's a dynamic light bleed. Okay, this is a new term. So Alienware markets this as dynamic overclock, but it has dynamic light bleed. It's quite bad, very bad, honestly. Is the deal breaker? No, I don't know. I'll think about that. But I paid $2,000 for it, and it could have had at least not discoloration during because this is gonna get worse over the years. You know, I'm purchasing something that I want to use for 4 or 5 years, right? 3 years later, this is going to be probably much worse. The hell, I mean, really? Damn.